Essay introductions. So an introduction to an essay should introduce your topic to the reader. If it's an English essay, the text you're writing about and who created it, the playwright, the poet, the director, should be made clear. Your introduction should also make clear which question you are answering because often you are given a choice. Your introduction should make clear what your thesis is. A thesis is a clear point of view on or an answer to the essay question, and you should be able to write this as a statement in one sentence as much as possible so that you're really clear about what your purpose is, what you are trying to convince your reader of. It's not just aimless rambling about a bit of this and a bit of that throughout your essay. Your thesis is your point, your main point that you're making. Your introduction should introduce your reader to each of your supporting points or arguments or subtopics and how each of these relate to your thesis. Try to have one sentence for each of those supporting points and arguments. That's probably a little bit different to how you may have been writing essays in high school when it was okay just to list them. But by having a whole sentence for each, you are starting to explain how those points are relevant to your argument before you get into the nitty-gritty details that you will get into in your body. And your introduction, to round it off, try to end with a sentence about your thesis or your topic generally, rather than one of these supporting points or arguments. It's less abrupt to the reader. It makes it really clear that you're tying off that introduction before you get into specific details. So here is an example introduction, and this is taken from a student essay at Shogun. Ira Levin's Rosemary's Baby is for many reasons considered a Gothic novel, yet it also features numerous elements that are not regarded as traditionally Gothic. Levin's treatment of the typical damsel in distress convention is not at all similar to its manifestation in orthodox Gothic literature. Additionally, his style of writing is different to that of 19th century Gothic authors, as Levin consistently includes humour throughout his text. Levin's setting, while in some ways a typical Gothic setting, is blended with a contemporary environment. These variations from the classic Gothic genre generate a new modern style of Gothic that is particular to the late 20th century. Now we can see from this introductory sentence here, we have the title of the text, we have the author or the creator, and even if I don't know what the options were for this essay task, I can tell that this essay is going to be about how the novel fits into this genre of Gothic, okay, but also about how it says not traditionally Gothic, so perhaps how it's been modernized along those lines, okay. Our second sentence is our first supporting argument or point, and I can tell by this that it's to do with this damsel in distress convention. This body paragraph that relates to this point would be about women and the damsel in distress convention or trope. We have our second supporting argument here, and this one is all about style of writing, okay, and then specifically about humour. I know as the marker that this is what I would expect in this student's second body paragraph. And here we have the third one, and this one is all about setting, okay? In some ways it's typical, but in other ways it's more modern. And here, this underlined sentence is rounding off the introduction, okay, and makes a slight addition to the argument that it's actually about generating a new style and creating something new. Good luck.